Hey, aloha everybody, and welcome to Beach Walks with Rocks. Today is show number 329, and you can find us at beachwalks.tv. Let's go, Lex. Hey, aloha. I was corresponding this morning with my friend in prison. Laughingly, my boyfriend in prison. His name actually is Josh Wolf, and he's a video blogger. And he's in jail because he's refusing to turn over some of his video footage as a protection for the press rights against confidential sources and so forth. So anyway, I'll put some links in the show notes about his case. I didn't want to talk about his case today. What I want to talk about is how miraculously he is managing his time and his mood and his energy while he's in prison. He's been in a federal prison for several months now. Over here, Lex. And he's going to be there for at least until April. And in my letters back and forth with him, you know, I really get this amazing sense of peacefulness from him. And we've been talking about how the confines of the prison, given that he's in a reasonably comfortable prison, the food is okay, and you know, it's not one of those top security, horrible nightmare prisons. And Lexi, you've got to bring the ball to me, sweetie. Anyway, he's really at peace with his situation and with the rightfulness of his position. And he's got this, you know, just very angelic spiritual aspect to his personality and to his thoughts and to the writing that he's sharing with me. And it occurred to me once again that, you know, when we can really accept our situation, then we can open up our hearts and our minds to making the best of it, to being creative within the confines of those limitations. And, you know, I realize that's a lot easier said than done. And so sometimes one of the things I do, I really like to have these little 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute bitch sessions when something's really not working and I'm so incredibly frustrated and I can't get to that place of peacefulness, to really just blow off some steam and then be able to accept it. So one of my new friends this week on the internet is Clintus, who has a website, I Do It Digital, and I read a post on his site about how he checked out his website from a friend's house using Internet Explorer 6, a different web browser than he usually uses, and the site was broken. And so he went back home and spent several hours hand coding the site to make it work in IE. We, of course, build websites. We're constantly having to hand tweak things to make them work in IE. And it gets to be very frustrating. And I must say, at this point, we've gotten to a point where we just build that into the cost of a website, you know, because it's going to take us an extra 5 or 10% of our time, depending on the scope of the project, to get the site working in, you know, Microsoft's Internet Explorer browser. So it's kind of a, you know, full circle here that's a recurring irritation for us. But once we've come to terms with it, then we can have our little 1-2 minute burst of frustration, blowing off steam, so that we can then get back on task and try to regain some of this beautiful peacefulness and life is good energy that is surrounding us here in Hawaii every day. So if you'd like to Skype, the Skype is Roxanne Darling. If you'd like to call, the number is 949-544-1456. Aloha everybody. Malama pono.